Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. What's going on, guys? Oh, ooh. Mr. Gaming, you are amazing, my friend. You guys are all amazing to me. You treat me so right. Thanks for the sub, man. I really appreciate it. I'm effing tired today, dude. I'm a bit sad that I can't come visit. Yeah, I know, right? It's like thousands of dollars to get over the pond there. It's insane. It's insane. I have relatives over in like Italy. Maybe I can come over there or something. Oh man. How you guys doing, man? You guys have a good Tuesday? I can't believe I'm actually streaming this early. I like immediately got home and like turned all my stuff on and like that's it. 1.47 seconds of delay. That's literally nothing. No, yeah. The low latency stuff is amazing. I love it. I like it a lot. But yeah, I have no idea. What did you just say? What does that say? What are you saying? Immediate, I can't. Gaming, help me out here, buddy. It's all in caps too. What I really need right now, honestly, is like coffee. Like I don't know why I'm so tired today. Work has been just stupid busy. And like I'm either in meetings or I'm supporting somebody. It's just constant. It's immediately got home, but really badly written. How about I say it like this? Immediately got home. Yeah, I don't even think I have time to play Krogoth, because like Midori's gonna be here in about an hour and a half, and we're gonna go out to eat. I had a huge lunch though. I had Panera for lunch, and like. They have like this mac and cheese. That's really good. Their mac and cheese is actually really good. But it's like $10. And I was just like, that's not enough for me. I'm going to need to get this in a sandwich. And like the amount of mac and cheese they get you is like a big bowl of it. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So like it was like a good maybe 2,000 calorie lunch. Oh, I'm regretting it. Like I'm just like, yeah, I'll make sure to tell. I'm going to make sure I get pictures. Pictures is going to be important. So we're going to get some pictures. And Wolfie's going to be there. And she has another streamer. Her boyfriend's a streamer, so he's going to be there too. I don't remember his name, though. But yeah, we're going to have a fun time. We're going to have a fun time eating at least. But I think that we're just going out to eat. And then she's got to immediately get back on the road because they're heading to Massachusetts. That's where she's moving to. So I'm sure they have like all kinds of stuff in the car, or they have like a U-Haul or something. I mean, I don't know the logistics of it, but I'm sure there's a bunch of shit going down that they're going to have to kind of contend with and deal with. So I might as well log Krogoth in. I mean, we can hunt somewhere for like an hour and a half, maybe. They can see your sexy basement. Maybe if they have time. They're not coming directly here though. We're meeting somewhere to eat, so. I guess it all really depends on how everything plays out. So, but like this is like the first time I'm actually gonna meet. So Midori is gonna set the milestone of like the first time I'm actually gonna meet somebody from stream. Oh, buddy, there's Midori. Oh, buddy, and we got a Jocko with the thunder. So, she's actually in Columbus right now. She just got out of the C bus. The C bus, which is about 2 hours from me. So, depending on where in C bus she's at, it could be 2 to 2.5 hours. So it's not too bad. But how's the drive, Midori? You're about halfway done. It's a long drive. She's on the Colon bus, yeah. Past it now, thank God. The funny thing about Columbus, though, Midori, is they have really good food in Columbus. My brother lives in Columbus, so. But where I live, we have really good food up here, too, so. Phone says 7:19. Yeah, that's gonna be about an hour and a half from now. An hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, I immediately got home, Midori, and I just started streaming because I wanted to get a stream in before we went out tonight. I was thinking that you're going to be here early, and I was just like, oh, you should be here early. I'll just, you know, we'll go out to eat, and then I'll come home, and then I'll stream, right? That's not how it worked, so. How you doing, Jocko? I have to stop in Columbus for food sometimes. Yeah, at some point. I don't know if you'll ever make your way back here in Ohio, though, unless you come to visit, but I don't recommend Ohio. It's kind of boring here. It's kind of boring here, not going to lie. We have basically corn and construction. That's the two things we've got here going on in Ohio. I'm in bed. Yes, it's late for you, Jocko. What's up, Ultra? How you doing, buddy? What level are you, Ultra? Let's see if you're on right now. Nope, you're not on. I'm level 43 now. 43. 43. I need to get new shoulders. Ooh, I need to get new shoulders. You know what that means? We could probably go somewhere that is not where we're at right now and do some hunting. But, oh, actually, no, I know where I'm going to go. Still 43. Grats. 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 I wish Coirnav was out, Ultra, because I'd like to find some ways to do, like, duoing with people. Where is Wolfie? He didn't drive home, did he? He lives like an hour away. No, he's staying at, oh, buddy. Wolfie's staying at the university. He's probably going to take a nap. What's up, Sam? Thanks for the host, man. I just started streaming, too, so you must have saw me like, oh, John's... Host. Host/raid. How was your stream, dude? Solar raid. Praise the sun. What's going on, guys? Everyone from the solar system, come on over to the rainstorm. We're playing some Everquest really quick because we've got a viewer coming to visit. We got Midori. Midori's coming to Ohio. She's here right now, actually. She's about 2 hours away. So we're streaming until she gets here, basically. And then then I can go meet her. And we're going to go have food. Had to do some difficult decisions this week. What does that mean? Difficult decisions? Damn, dude. My difficult decision today was getting up this morning. I've also been drinking water like a fiend. I don't know why. I'm like a water fiend. Hey, look, it's that guy. We know that guy. He was giving us problems for all kinds of stuff. Oh, buddy! Oh, buddy! Hipster dog with the host. Oh, you PM'd me. Oh, he's saying hi to me. Oh. Let's talk to him. I'm auto running. Running and talking at the same time. Apparently I have 3 people in my stream still. What's going on, hipster? How you doing, buddy? I'm going this way. Alright. Hope he doesn't keep you guys. Yeah, okay. And Ohio, yeah. Midori's in Ohio right now. She's coming to visit. What's up, Thor? How you doing, buddy? Oh, buddy. Thunder Buddies assemble. Lucky you, you get to see Rein before me. Yep. She's going to be the first viewer that's actually going to come see me first. We're going to take lots of pictures. So it should be fun and exciting. I'm going to be honest, though, Midori. Like, I am still not hungry yet. I had, like, a huge lunch, so it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So, doing good, just working as usual. Nice. Good to make that monies. I like to make money myself. I just got done with my 8 to 5 job today. I'm tired. I'm tired, dude. I'm fucking tired. I need nappy naps. I'm getting old. And I hit a huge lunch from Panera, and it was like a mistake. Really big mistake, so. Money? Ah, Thor, thanks for the bits, man. Thanks for cheering me on, dude. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the love, man. You treat me so well. What do I deserve? Why do I deserve you? Thor, you were playing that Wizard game. I saw that game on Steam. It actually looks really good. I was lurking in your stream, watching you play it. I put it on my wish list already, so it's going to be something I'm eventually going to pick up. But it's definitely been a game that I would enjoy, I bet. So. 12 people. There's probably definitely somebody on the Ghoulbane here. The Ghoulbane train. I don't know why I'm actually in here. I'm just fucking around at this point. God damn it. WOL is growing in popularity. Wizards of Legend, yeah. Well, Pharos has been playing it. Will you get your ass up there, fatty? Pharos has been playing it. Thor's playing it. I was thinking about playing it, but I don't know. I've been, guys, I've been like, I love boat. Hey, what's up, Gordon? I'm like addicted to this game. What's up, dude? Gordon, what was your Tuesday, dude? I'm like addicted to this game. I swear to God. I swear to God. I was blown away with how much fun it is. That's cool, dude. I might have to end up picking it up sooner rather than later. I don't know where the fuck I'm going now. I just dropped down. How you doing, man? Check it out. Full Darkforge gear. Ooh. It only took me a weekend to do it. I had some help, too. I had somebody from the guild. It was a druid that actually helped me out with porting me around and shit. It's always good to know druids, that's for sure. Bunch of fuckers in there. Alright, this is where I drop down, and then I go through here, and then I drop down here. Okay. When is Coirnav coming out again? June 6th, I think? I think we have 2 weeks still. We're getting there, though. It's coming up close. It's going to be nice because there's going to be a whole lot more zones that we're going to be fighting in, so that's what I'm looking for, is I'm looking for the expansive zones. Plus, there's more quests to do. Alright, so I mean, I could check on Ghoulbane to see if it's being camped. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, let's do that real quick. I mean, what else better do we have to do here? Yeah, Sibelius, you have to get a Sibelius key, though. It's not, I mean, you're going to have to get a key to get into Sibelius, if I remember correctly. So that's going to be a thing. So people are going to be farming the Sibelius key. Everybody's going to be farming the new Vishan Peaks key. That's about it, no? Well, the Vishan Peaks key is another thing. Alright, so is anybody in here? Please cross your fingers and... No, there's nobody in here. Nice. Okay. So we're gonna kill this motherfucker. Unfortunately, I have a Bottle of Adventure running for another hour and 60 minutes. But I got a buddy of mine who's really, really itching for a Ghoulbane, so... Oops. That's, nope, wrong song. Nope, nope, nope. Let's take that out. Don't need that. Let's put this back in. Okay. I've never done Vishan Peaks either. That's not an instance I've been to. I never really did the high-end rating. I did some of it back in vanilla. So like Plane of Hate, Plane of Fear, I've been there. Plane of Air, I've been there. You know, just some minor stuff though. I remember working on my epic weapon back in Coirnav days and Velios days. Because we have a lot of time to work on epics in this game because they're not going to become insubstantial for a while. Even in Luckland, people still use their epics. Alright, so I'm going to set the timer because we just killed the thing. No. back. Stopwatch. There we go. All right, so this guy usually spawns in like 15 minutes, so. Oh, how am I, Gamey? I'm doing really well, actually. Work is busy, but we're actually hiring for the position that we lost, so we're going to be fine there. I'm also on the search committee for that, so I'll be a part of finding the new person, I guess you could say. But it's going to be, it's more work. That's the problem. You know, and right now I've already got way too much work on my plate, so I have a feeling that it's going to affect my actual days. So, like, I'm probably going to be working from, like, 8 to 6 or 8 to 7 some days just because I've got to do search committee stuff now, so I'm going to have, like, 50 to 60-hour work weeks. My webcam looks crisp. Thanks. I added some sharpness to it. That's about it, though. All right, so we're at the Ghoulbane camp. The Ghoulbane drops here off of the mob that spawns right here. So, I mean, we're basically just going to be sitting and talking at this point. Yeah, Gamey, as far as with just how I've been just overall, I've been doing pretty good. I must say, I've been doing pretty good, you know. Health-wise, I mean, I've been dealing with a issue with high triglycerides, but like I have medication that helps kind of curb that. But other than that, though, I mean, my whole sleeping rhythm and all that stuff has been fixed for the most part. But I've been sleeping every night now for the past month. Now that I've mentioned it, though, it means I'm not going to sleep right. But I've been sleeping much better. I've been feeling much better as of late. I feel like, though, I'm still going to get a physical done, and I'm still going to get my blood work done probably every 6 months, just to see how things are going. But yeah, I guess it's all part of just getting old. I don't know what it is. So, I did Velios and Time, skipped Lucklin. I did Lucklin. Lucklin actually has a lot of good zones for hunting. There were some zones that I did soloing with my Beastmaster, or Beastlord. But Beastlords are really handy because they have a mana regen that stacks. So, yeah, old Rein. Yeah, Rein is old. Yeah, you damn whippersnappers. Welcome back, Sam. I did Kunark and Velios back to back. I mean, I was basically there for when they came out with the next one. But then I think I kind of teetered off on Velios at the end of Velios until Lucklin came out, and then I came back for Lucklin. I don't remember. There's some good zones in Velios, so Velios adds more, because Velios is level 35 plus, so that's going to add more zones to kind of hunt in. Kunark is going to add a ton of zones for leveling. But Lucklin is what I'm looking forward to, because Lucklin's going to have the Vashir, which are cat people. Even though I don't know if I'm going to play a cat person this time around, I might just do a Iskar Beastlord because of just all the benefits they have, plus regen. So, your PC couldn't handle Lucklin back then. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, I remember back when Lucklin came out, it was a boost. You needed a much better computer, that's for sure. I mean, I had a pretty good computer back then, so I'm not boasting or nothing. I was just able to do what I needed to do, especially for Everquest. So, and I was an addict back then too. But the game is, I mean, I don't know. Like, thinking about Pantheon and what Pantheon's going to try and capture, you know, try imagining capturing the essence of EverQuest. What does that actually mean? So what is it in EverQuest that makes it EverQuest? I mean, if for all you EverQuest players out there, or for you people that have played EverQuest, what was it about EverQuest that made it EverQuest? Aside from the fact that there's no real quests. There are quests, but like WoW is more of an EverQuest than EverQuest ever was, because WoW just has a ton of freaking quests that you play. It's just kind of interesting. Yeah, NeverQuest. Yeah, there's all kinds of things. So community, that's a good one. Quest leveling needs to die somewhere. Yes. Okay, so I can agree with you that there, Amo. I think quests should really be designed to get those really cool items. And I really think there should be 4 different ways to do it, right? And I was thinking about this. OC Beefy, even then, Vanilla WoW didn't have enough quests to reach max. No, it didn't, actually. I played in the closed and open beta, and I played in Vanilla and BC and all that other stuff. But yeah, when you played Vanilla WoW, you could pretty much do a lot of the quests for experience, but there was a certain point that you ran out of quests, and then you were really just scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to find quests to continue leveling. At a certain point, you just had to grind it. But OC Beefy, welcome to the stream, buddy. But I would think of like questing as something cool like this. So if you wanted to capture some sort of element of careful with disclosing too accurate good ideas on stream. Ideas are worth monies. Yeah, I know. But I mean, whatever. I gotta talk about something. So, yeah, I just farmed Runecloth. I did too, actually. Runecloth was worth a lot of money back then. Oh no, Runecloth wasn't worth as much money. It was the tier down that was worth Mageweave, I think. So questing, I really think, should be an EverQuest. Questing is really designed to be a journey. And it's designed to be something to where if you do the quest chain, by the time you get to the end of the quest chain, you get this really cool item, right? That's what EverQuest is. EverQuest, if you're doing the quests, you're doing a chain of events to get to that point to where you get that cool item. And there's a lot of steps, and there's a lot of things you have to do, and there's something you have to go get over here, and there's some motherfucker over here you have to talk to and give them this item, and then he gives you this other box you have to fill with items. You gotta go to this dungeon and get one item, and you gotta go to this dungeon to get another item, collect all this shit together, and then finally you get the big badass amulet or something. You know, and I think honestly, if people take the time to do that, to travel the world, you know, because in EverQuest you have to travel, or you have to find people to help you travel, right? An EQ playing the game is your quest, yeah. Grinding all that experience is your quest. That's totally true. But in EverQuest, questing is for the items, and like even your epic quest for your weapon. I remember doing it on a regular server where it was easier to do because I'm lazy. It gets you a big, nice, epic weapon, but you have to collect a bunch of shit to do it. It took me like a month. It took me a month to do that quest. And really, it's worth it. You know, it's not something that you can just do on a whim, right? You got to wait on spawn timers, placeholders. You got to wait on specific item drops. You got to wait on, and there's a lot of waiting, and there's a lot of meticulous kind of social engineering of getting people to help you. You know, and there's a lot of just things that you have to do in playing the game just to make these things happen, right? And that is a big element of the game. And a lot of MMOs that you see nowadays that's just gone. You know, World of Warcraft did something like that with the legendary weapons. So the legendary weapons was something like that, but there was only like 2 or 3 classes that could use them, right? So you had the Eye of Ragnaros. You basically had the Ragnaros hammer, and then you had the Thunder Fury blades that you could do quests for, and you needed specific item drops for it, and then you needed to do quests, and it basically gave it that EverQuest feel, but then they got rid of it. And then they added, okay, well, why don't we give everybody the opportunity to get a legendary? So they did a legendary ring quest, which was really bad. They did a legendary cloak quest, which was kind of annoying. But these were still things that you could do, which was kind of recapture that whole, you know, epic feel of a quest that's going to get you items and stuff. But I honestly, I mean, it was almost as if it wasn't enough for me, you know? And a lot of these things, like in EverQuest, you can kind of plan on your own and like camp on your own and sit there and just kind of work on it on your own pace. And I just find it interesting that and like I can tolerate it more in EverQuest than I could tolerate it in WoW. Because WoW, you got a lot more instant gratification. You know, you go do a quest, you go turn in a quest, it gives you an item, right? Whereas in EverQuest, like, you know, you don't find your first actual magic item in EverQuest till like level 25. And even then, it's something you're not going to use. You know, there's not the really common items for magic effects for your characters until you start getting higher level. And I don't know, that's a thing, you know, and leveling in this game is not easy if you do it on your own, but if somebody's already level 50 and they help you level, that's a little bit different, you know, especially if they're a druid or an enchanter or, you know, even a magician. You know, the right classes can help power level. Like, my character can't do shit. My character is just a big meaty ogre, you know, and but yeah, I mean, as far as with EverQuest, though, for whatever reason, especially for questing for the items, you know, they have a few items that you can do. Like, they have the Adventurer's Stone, they have the Kinos badge, Nobility badge. You know, they have all these little quests that you can do as a chain to get you a really cool item, which, you know, if people dedicate the time to it, you should get rewarded for it, right? You know, especially with like the level of magic items that are in this game is very few and far between. You know, it's kind of nice. Now, when Coirnav comes out, there's a hell lot more. There's a more plethora of items, that's for sure. But basically, on my character right now, I mean, he's got the Darkforge gear. You know, I have a lot of best in slots pre-planar. You know, and it wasn't really hard to do. I mean, if you really wanted to cheat, you could just buy. If you wanted to get best in slots pre-planar on the progression server, you can just buy a Chronos, sell it for 4K, and then just buy all the pieces you need. It shouldn't be that hard. You could do it, but I haven't bought one yet, so I'm more for a level range party encouraging than level rush. Still, not many games handle the option of a high level gap as the one you mentioned, which would be nice if to be contemplated somehow as well. Well, you could do it a few ways. You could do it such as, like, if you made a really high ceiling for leveling, but then it looks very daunting to get to that level. So, like, say, for example, you were playing Tree of Savior, for example. You know, Tree of Savior has a ton of levels, like 255 or some craziness. I think they even added more. But, like, in Tree of Savior, you know, you start at level 1 and you're working your way up to level 255 or 300 or whatever. It's just like, God, I don't want to sit here and do all this leveling. Whereas, like, if you only have 50 levels, which Dark Age of Camelot, I think, had 40 levels. They might have 50. EverQuest has 50 levels, which they keep adding more. And then World of Warcraft had, like, 50 levels. You know, it's a little less daunting, but getting from that 40 to 50 mark took you a while. They just need to make sure that people know how to play before they get to the end. It's a Shin Knight. I don't care about him. Restart the timer. The older MMOs like EQ and Final Fantasy XI, you had to learn while you played not to be loseless at endgame for 2 weeks. Pretty much. That's the one thing I really liked about Final Fantasy XI, Amo, was this was a game that you had to learn how to play if you wanted to continue playing it. Because otherwise, if you did not learn how to play it, you did not do good at all in the game. You were not, you couldn't survive. And at a certain point in the game, you had to beat Matt. At a certain point in the game, you had to beat Matt. And if you can't beat Matt, you can't get above level 60. I mean, you were basically stuck at your level, and you can't get any higher level. You know, it really brought the realization to players as, okay, don't suck. Because if you suck, you're not going to be able to play our game. So then you got a lot of quality players out of it. Now, quality players as far as with good as skill, not necessarily quality players as in personality, because there's a lot of games that have really bad people with really bad personalities. So apparently there's another Shadow Knight that's level 43 is the same level as me. That's interesting. That's gonna make it hard to group if he ever shows up. Alrighty. But yeah, Final Fantasy XI was really good about that, especially with, it would help if I was attacking, especially with handling just the overall kind of skill check of the game. You know, and of course the Genkai quest for level 60. certain jobs were harder than others. Like Red Mage was like near impossible. But I heard that Monk was really easy. It's just use 1,000 Fists, and then you basically just beat the crap out of them afterwards, and then you're fine. But there were certain items you had to get, there was certain farming you had to do, and there was just certain elements of the game that you had to achieve to get to that point. You know? And that's an MMO. I mean, that is the old school MMO feels, is basically the game isn't designed to be easy. The game is designed to be challenging and for you to seek help or to communicate or to talk to other people to achieve what you want to achieve. You know? I mean, you can't just you can't an MMO should not be designed to be a game that you would play from 1 to max level by yourself. It shouldn't. That's not what an MMO is designed to be. An MMO is designed to be a social interaction. It's designed as a community. It's designed to be a part of a community. And some of these games lend to that, and some of them don't. You know, if you think about it, if you have no reason to talk to anybody in the game, or if you have no reason to need anybody else in the game, you're just playing a single-player, multiplayer MMO. It's like Star Wars, The Old Republic was like that. So I just started out on Coirnav, and let me tell you, I'm learning real quick that this game is hard. Much more difficult at lower levels than on live, yes. At lower levels, it's a little bit more difficult. If you want my recommendation, OC Beefy, play a pet class, like a mage. Play a mage or play a necromancer, or when Beastlord finally comes out, which is going to be in December, play a pet class first and use those to make money. If you play a tank, you're going to struggle, especially if you don't have money. You could always buy a Chronos. You can buy a Chronos, and then you can use that to actually sell it to somebody for maybe about 4K plat, and then you can buy gear with that if you really wanted to. But who wants to do that? Like, I don't want to do that. I might eventually do it, but I really don't want to do it. But at low levels, yes, it's not easy. You have to get to a certain point, and a lot of times it's finding the right people to group with too. But I mean, the formula right now in Kunark works, or not Kunark. The formula right now in Vanilla works like this. Hey, what's up, Deck Bash? How you doing, buddy? Welcome back to the stream, dude. The formula for Coirnav works like this. I'm new player. Okay, play a pet class. Even if you don't intend to keep the pet class, pay a pet class. Preferably probably a dark elf, because you can do mage or necro as a dark elf. Kill a bunch of spiderlings, save their spiderling silk, and sell it for a plat a piece or a plat and a half a piece to players who are trying to skill up their leatherworking or their blacksmithing. That's a quick way to make money. If you want to level quickly, get to Fadeaware. Get to Orc Hill and try to get into an Orc Hill group around 4. You can stay there till 10. You get to Unrest at 10. You can do Courtyard at 10 to 15. You can do Main Room from 15 to 20. You can do Fireplace from 20 to 25. And you can do Basement from 25 to 30. Unrest will take you from 10 to 30. Now, if you want to get in groups, if you really focused on getting groups, play healer, like a cleric. That'll get you groups quickly. Tanks also get groups quickly, like a warrior or a shadow knight or a paladin, sometimes a ranger, depending on how twinked you are. But if you don't have money, you can't play tanks very well. And then once you get past the 30 mark, 30 is pretty much at Guck level. So from like 28 to 32, you can do the bedroom. The assassin / supplier camp is probably around 34 to 36. The ham lord goes from like 38 to 45. The executioner is maybe from 35 to 40. And then once you're done in that zone, you're in the 40s, you can go to Soul B, which is the bed and breakfast. The B&B room will get you to like 45, 50, or you can go to Hole. So, I mean, that's the path right now because in vanilla, there's not a whole lot to do. Once Coirnav comes out, there's going to be a whole new world for you guys to explore. You're going to have to worry about your Everquest, and you're going to have all kinds of things to work on. Have all kinds of places to explore because Coirnav is the Iskar zone, so it has low-level zones to fight in, and it also has a lot of new zones to fight in, like City of Mist. You know, you got level 50 plus areas to go to now, and City of Mist is my favorite. I like City of Mist like the back of my hand, but City of Mist is a really good zone. You know, Sibelius is a really good zone. Carnor's Castle is a really good zone, and these are whole new areas that you can go to play to get from level 50 to 60. And the nice thing about Coirnav is it uses the pick zone system. So what the pick zone system is basically if there's too many damn players in one zone, you can do /pick zone and actually change what zone you're in. Like, think of it as like a different instance of the zone, which is cool. So you can have like many different iterations of the same zone, so you're not all fighting over the same camp, even though you will. But also, in raids, if you were to go raid Plane of Hate or Plane of Fear or the Plains, they have their own instances that you can have dedicated to a raid. So now you're not fighting over the raid instances, so, which is nice. It's much easier to work with than what it was. So you got your first dot as an SK. Yeah, SKs are really nice. I made an Ogre SK because they're one of the best SKs. Probably if you were to make not an Ogre, then you would probably make a Troll. A lot of people make Dark Elf SKs just because they have a lot of mana, which they do. They have much more mana than I do. My intelligence is only an 89. But if you want to tank, though, if you want to be an SK tank, Ogre is usually the way you go because they have stun resistance. But honestly, really what it boils down to is just play whatever the fuck you want. So does nostalgic veterans have a specific requirement for recruitment? I asked because I'm interested in joining. No, just don't be an asshat. That's really their mantra is be nice to people. You know, we're not a hate guild. We have hate guilds here on Coirnav. Like Horrible People is a hate guild. Some people have mentioned that Kill Mode is a hate guild, but I haven't had any problems with Kill Mode. I really like them. Layers of Lotor for crowded cities, automated by zones, prioritizing parties, so you have your pals with you. Instances after solo launch for people playing it. So some of the usual dungeons are just for you and your party, which is good, yeah. What's a hate guild? It's basically a guild that just breaks all the rules, you know. If they want to take a camp from you, they will. They will get a monk, they will train you, and they will get you killed, and then they will go and take over that camp. That's a hate guild. They have no remorse from that, and they don't care if they get banned or not. So there are some really nasty people out there, and I hear the Horrible People is one of them. So griefers, yeah, they're pretty much griefers. But as far as with joining Nostalgic Veterans, it's not very hard to do. It's just you have to get in touch with senior leadership. I'm not a senior leader. I'm still a recruit. I've only been a part of the guild since May 1st. But talking to people like Fuzi's actually a leader. I didn't know that. Yeah, he's in leadership. I don't know if they actually have... They have a website. Here, check this out. One of the things you could actually do is go to their website. You see the website here? It's basically nvcoirnav.com. I don't know if that actually has any sort of information to joining the guild, but... you could check out the site to see if they have like a recruitment forum or something, and you could try posting the recruitment forum too. That's my recommendations. But if I had senior membership status, which I will have probably after the first month, once I get into June, I'll probably be inviting all kinds of people as long as they're not asshats. So, but yeah, it shouldn't be very hard for you to join Deck Bash. It shouldn't be very hard at all. We are at a 1 hour till arrival. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. 6 o'clock. Nice as soon. Nice as soon. So, for those of you not aware, Midori Skies is one of our viewers. And she is coming to visit. She's coming to visit. She's here in Ohio right now. She's driving. She's got about an hour to get to us. So I figured I'd just pass the time streaming a little bit. Camp some Shinlord, which I'm surprised we actually got the camp. And, yeah. So, and just chatting with you guys and chatting it up and having some fun and talking old school, you know, old school feels. So, but OC Beefy, though, as far as with playing a Shadow Knight, though, I like my Shadow Knight. I must say, I like my Shadow Knight, so. A little hard to play a warrior, or a little hard to play a tank, though, when you don't have money. So you have to learn how to make money really quick, and the best way to do it, in my opinion, is to farm spiderlings, so. Yeah. But we were talking about, so one of the elements that I was thinking about was the questing part, okay, questing for items. So that is a big element for some people, is being able to do the very long quests to kind of take the time to explore and learn things and get the items that they want from doing these long quests that should be really rewarding. I think also you should be able to get gear and items from PvP. That's another outlet for people to actually get some better items. Raiding is another one where people should be able to do some really high-end raiding. To actually get some high-end items, of course. I forgot what the last one was. It's PvP, high-end questing, raiding. I don't know if you really should make a solo route. Rep grinding was something that WoW did, and nobody likes rep grinding. Rep grinding is not an avenue that anybody likes, because that's a grind. That is a literal grind. You know, because you're just waiting. You are just waiting for little numbers to go up after murdering or turning in a bunch of items. Like, for example, all the armor that I got is from drops that came out for quests that I basically put together and things happened, so. I rep grinded in Dire Maul for the insane title. Dude, that's a good title, though. That's a good title to have, though. That's a lot of grinding, though. That's to, like, Exalted, which is, like, insane. Restart timer. That is way. I mean, like, WoW took it to the nth degree. I mean, you needed to do rep grinding in Everquest. That was a thing, you know, because WoW didn't come up with any original ideas. Just so you guys know, WoW did not come up with any original ideas. They got all of their ideas from other current successful MMOs to come up with kind of a conglomeration of the few. And yeah, so no original ideas from WoW. The only thing they really did was actually give you quests that gave you experience that you did in a chain. And then you got WoW clones after that. For example, back in vanilla in BC, you had basically, I think it was all the way actually through Frozen Throne. No, it was just BC. Spells had ranks, right? Remember that? So, like, most healers used their rank 4 healing rather than their rank 7 healing because it was more efficient. More efficient as in it was faster to cast. But then eventually they got rid of and kind of compacted all of their ranking systems together. And Warhammer Online was already doing that. So it was not an original idea on their part, that's for sure. Oh, you never finished it, Gordon? Oh, that sucks. I had the High Warlord title in Classic. I did not. I remember how hard it was to get that title, though, is you basically had to grind murdering people. It was essentially a murder fest. Essentially a murder fest. You had to murder hobo your way through that. Oh, Darren hit 36. Nice job, dude. Darren's my college buddy. We used to play this game together. So funny story about Everquest, and I met him in college, and like we had a weather class together, right? It's weather. I went to college to take weather. And we barely went to that class. In fact, we always just went to his house and played Everquest. That's how I was introduced to Everquest. And I played a druid. I was in Kelethan. I fell off and I lost my body, and I just remade the character. It was pretty bad. But yeah, so when I mentioned I was going to play in the progression server, he was just like, fuck, dude, I'll play with you. So here we are. Here we are playing together again. And this is the third time we've played together, because we originally played together. Yo, oh no, you lost your body. I couldn't find it, dude. I didn't really have anything though, but I couldn't find it. It was insane. But yeah, we had a bunch of friends. It was like a group of 5 of us that were playing, and I was playing a druid, and he was playing a paladin, which he's playing now. And we had a bard friend of ours that was playing. We had a monk friend of ours that was playing, and I think we had somebody else who was playing an enchanter. So we had a kind of a solid group. And in this game, in EverQuest, if you have real life friends that play with you, it's a very powerful thing. Like, having real life friends that play with you in the game is extremely powerful, especially if you can get those mates together and get a group going really fast. It's incredible, because like you can basically just rely on them to get shit done, and things roll really quick when you have a party all the time, because if you have a group of dedicated friends, you all log in at the same time, you're like all 9-to-5ers, you don't have, you know, actual lives like me. You get into group together and you murder shit together, and then you'll get to level 50 extremely fast, because A, you're not looking for groups, you're not sitting around waiting for a group, and B, you have people you can rely on, you know. So, but I've never had that luxury, you know. That was the first and last time in EverQuest that I had friends that played with me, because they got to around the level 20 mark, and then at that point, at the level 20 mark, a lot of them just kind of fell off. They just stopped playing, including my buddy Darren here. He stopped playing as well, but I kept playing. I played my druid to a specific point, and then I made an alt, which was my Death Knight, or Shadow Knight. And alts are actually really fun in this game, because they give you a different aspect of the game. And this different aspect of the game is kind of interesting, to where you get to see another perspective. So I've noticed that warriors and pullers do a lot of work. So if you're usually a tank, you end up being the puller, which is actually a role. Somebody who pulls is a role. It's somebody who has fast run speed, or can get fast run speed. You know, if you have a druid or a shaman or something in your party, or a bard can give self run speed. It's somebody who can possibly lull, so you only can pull one mob at a time, because everything is social in this damn game. And it's somebody who also has the ability to feign death. So many types of abilities that allow you to pull properly, so you can split mobs, and so you don't get like overrun with a bunch of monsters. But like, unlike other games that have like the Holy Trinity, as we've talked about before, which, for those of you that don't know, fighter or tank, healer, DPS. I think honestly there should be more roles, and EverQuest has more roles. And you can go with just fighter or tank, healer, DPS. That's very possible. You could do that. Pure support classes, please. Yes. So like an enchanter is a support class that essentially can mess shit, and basically CCs. They're known for CCing. They're known for buffing. And they have some damage, and they can charm a pet that does all the damage for them. But essentially, they are our support class. Bards are very similar too, because the amount of damage output a bard has is not very much. They just dual wield with no extra attack. They have a kick. It's their songs that really where it's mattering. So they can do mezzes with their songs. They can do healing. They can do damage. They can do all kinds of stuff. But the support class genre has gone away. Many people don't believe in the support class idea anymore. And I think it's primarily because support classes have a hell of a time and a struggle trying to solo. But like an enchanter doesn't. They just charm something and then just wreck its shit, you know? But like in later games, like I've seen in like City of Heroes, for example, they had support classes just purely mezzers, purely CC people. And they were really hard to play, especially if you were soloing, because you just did no damage. And it kind of sucked. It was like not really fun to play, so. Hey, look, he's got some buddies. He's got lots of buddies. Okay. I hope he doesn't die. He's got mana, though, so he'll be fine. But yes, pure support classes, it would be nice if you, like, for example, in Everquest, you could do the Trinity. You can honestly do the Trinity and still have some success in actually playing the game. But one of the things is if you have a support class, you can play the game better. You know, you can get stuff done quicker. A support class makes things go faster. Because enchanters have, like, mezzes, they have clarity, which gives you mana faster. There's all kinds of different things that the support class offers that makes a better way of life for the group. And it's highly sought after. And if you don't have these things, you can't constantly chain pull because you run out of mana. Well, the enchanter changes that. The bard changes that, you know? It's much different when you don't have the support class, but it doesn't mean you have to have the support class. But a lot of the groups in this game, I've noticed, they usually want to have, you got to have a chanter. Okay. You don't have to, but it's really nice if you do. Personally, me, I wouldn't play an enchanter. I would play a bard. I like bards more. They're more utility knife, and they're a bit more finesse. There's a lot more that goes into playing a bard. So if you ever want to play a class in this game that's like, you know what, I'm going to play something that takes a lot of finesse to play, and if I'm really good at it, people will respect that I'm really good at playing this class, that's a bard. That's a bard, because bards take a lot of finesse to play this game, because you got to be able to twist songs, which you could just use a melody macro for that, but you got to set up macros, you got to set up stop casts for your spells, because you have to stop singing for your melodies. You got to put out the right instrument for what you're using against. You know, there's a lot of different things that go in there that makes an effective bard. And for those that put the time to do that, tend to be very good at what they do. So never did like bards. Evil races didn't get that class, and they were always jerks in PvP. Yeah. You played on a PvP server though. So, but yeah, bards were interesting. Yeah, they were really fast too. If you get the right instruments, they could be really fast. But that's the thing. It's like, you know, bards were really fun to me. They're a good little utility knife. I don't know if I got any. Oh, I sold all my shit. Never mind. But yeah, evil races didn't get bards. I forgot about that. It was all in good races. But good races didn't get SKs. SKs are actually really good DP. I mean, I think of SKs as good DPS tanks. Especially with just all the spells they get, you know. Versus a paladin. A paladin is just an off healer to me. But yeah, I didn't play on a PvP server, though. I couldn't imagine trying to play on a PvP server. Yeah, I don't do well with PvP servers. Now, when I played WoW, I was on a PvP server. So... And when I played Warhammer Online, that's just pure PvP. So, I mean... You got 2 whole factions that fight over land. It's kind of fun. And then, of course, Dark Age of Camelot. I played that too. Wasn't very good at it, but I played a ranger, which nobody wanted a ranger in their party. Everybody hated rangers. Is there a PvP progression server? No. That's not a bad idea, though, Gordon. That's not a bad idea. A PvP progression server would be pretty good. Gaming, yes, I'm still using Ankbot. Yeah, I use 2 Ankbots. I use 2 Ankbots. Ankbots. With P-Face. Good old P-Face. Aw. I love you, P-Face. I need to make P-Face in this game. If I made P-Face in this game, he would be a Vashir shaman, and he'd shrink himself to really tiny. I played a ton of Warhammer Online. White Lions was such a cool class. I think they were called White Lions. Been a while. If they're White Lions. They were melee with a pet. And I really didn't like them, but I mean, to each their own. Their pet could grab people and pull them towards you, though, which was funny. But my big classes in Warhammer Online was the Disciple of Cain and the Warrior Priest. I played them both. And then I also played the... Engineer and the Chaos Magus. That was what I played. It was the turret classes and it was the healer fighters, and I loved it. The cool concept that game had that no other MMO has done right now is offensive and defensive targets. You had 2 targets. You would left click for your offensive target and you would right click for your defensive target, so you could heal and DPS at the same time. It was stupid amazing. No other MMO has done that. And I don't know why. But having multiple targets made it really easy for healers to be able to do damage and to be able to heal somebody. So, I mean, to me it made sense. Not gonna lie. But no other MMOs decided to do that. I don't know why either. I mean, if you had an MMO where you could just right-click a target and have it as your defensive target that you can keep. Have 2 different targets. It would be much better, especially for character classes that played as hybrids. Other MMOs have focus targeting, just not a lot of them. WoW has focus targeting. But having multiple target options is kind of nice. So these bottles of Adventure are like $2.70 a piece. I'm going to get more points here soon, though. Oh. I feel sorry for anybody who has no invisibility that has to come down here. That's why I also like Shadow Knights, is because they are utility knives. They have an invisibility. They have an invisibility to undead, so you have the essentials. You have Feign Death, which only monks and necros also have. So if shit hits the fan, you can feign death and be a dickhole. And they also get breathe. They also get breathe underwater. They get levitate. The only thing they don't get is sow, which Beast Lords get sow, but Beast Lords don't have IVU or feign death. They can't feign death. But yeah, having a multi-targeting option would be nice. It would be very nice to have a multi-targeting option for these types of games. People are not thinking outside the box, and that's the problem. Is they're basically going with what works, right? So when they design their MMO, they design it like somebody else's MMO because theirs works, right? And that's not what we want. That's not what we're looking for in an MMO experience anymore. That's why I'm looking forward to things like Camelot Unchained that's coming out. And then you've got Pantheon. Pantheon is going to be amazing. I'm hoping it's going to be amazing. I'm hoping it's not going to be just a hype train. I'm hoping that it's going to be much better than what people are, you know, speculating, let's say. MMOs are so expensive to make, so they don't like to take chances. No. Nope. But, like, what if you designed an MMO that was just simple, like an Everquest, or, like, simple, like a Final Fantasy XI graphics, you know? 3D modeling with just basic shaders and basic skin graphs and shit. Don't need to make it too complicated. And then you just base a game off of that instead of having to do such a high-end, graphically enticing game, you know? That's why so many Korean companies make those anime-style MMOs, yeah. They make them more appealing, you know? Like Terra Online is a bad example because it's not a Korean game, but Terra Online, I don't think it is. But Terra Online is like one of those games, it's just fan service. It's a huge fan service game. It's just like... And it wasn't original like that, I don't think. Terra's Korean? Yeah, I figured. I was just throwing a shot in the dark. But that's, I mean, that's, I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, it's almost as if Terra Online, with a lot of these Korean companies, they have just a cookie cutter like template that they have to. They have a box of toys they can play with to build a game, and they all use the same box of toys, but they design their own stuff for it. And then you get all these types of Korean MMOs that, you know, people play for free and they try to go in for the microtransactions, but they end up just being just kind of blah, you know? Is Shroud of the Avatar still coming? The Richard Garriott MMO that was kickstarted? Shroud of the Avatar. That's the first time I've heard of it. Richard Garriott, is that UO? Is he still in the business of making games? Is that Lord British? I think that's Lord British, Richard Garriott. Shroud of the Avatar. That sounds like a UO make. Shroud of the Avatar. Shroud of the Avatar still has a website. It's a classless character system, so it's skill-based. Hundreds of skills, spells to forge your unique path. Listen here, you dingus.
Stop being such a dingus.
Yeah, it is Richard Lord British Garriott, yeah. It's the Discover the New Britannia, yeah. People seem pretty hype about Bless. What exactly is Bless? It's the second time I've heard of this. Bless the MMO. It's from Asia. Looky who's awake. What's up, Wolf? It looks pretty good. Nope, that's a video. Choose your side. There's 3 sides, apparently. There's Hyron, Union, and Neutral. You have your humans, you have your Sylvans, you have your wolf people. You have your more humans, you have your Aqua Elves, and you have Pantera, who I guess are cat people. And then you have, of course, the little cutesy animal shits. God damn it. It is an Asian game, so. He made Tabula Rasa, but failed fast due to the NC Soft deal. Yeah, Tabula Rasa, a lot of people like that game. And my brother loved that game. That's what we need, is we need a futuristic MMO that works. You know, they tried to do it with WildStar and it failed. WildStar just didn't, it had the wrong ingredients. You know, they were all about, with WildStar, it was essentially an MMO clone of WoW. And people are like, nah, it's not a WoW clone. I'm like, it is. You go to quest hubs, you do the quests, you go to the next quest hub, you do the quests. Oh, you have a house, but you go back and do your quests in the quest hubs and quest hubs. So don't forget to go to the quest hubs to quest so you can get your experience to go to the next quest hub so you can quest. It's pretty sad. Could have been a much better game and it could have been a much different game. But it failed for the wrong reason. It failed for the essential reasons that I think it was basically a WoW clone, and everybody was just like, nope, not gonna play this. I think every MMO will die these days. Older school MMOs, there's nothing that really costs much for them to run it except for server space. I mean, the amount of bandwidth that MMOs like EverQuest take is not as much as the newer ones. But eventually, yes, the fate of all MMOs is eventually that they will die. You know, like, for example, Warhammer Online is gone. You know, and Warhammer Online was a great game, but, you know, EA Mythic didn't want to pay for it anymore. Gamey, you can play vanilla WoW. They have progression servers now. Or they have vanilla servers. At least that's what I hear. I haven't touched WoW in like a year. I don't plan on ever going back either. Wait, what? Yeah, they're going to do I think they're doing a vanilla server for WoW. I know you're a grower and not a shower, but still love you long time. Oh, dang it. Now I need to resub to WoW. Not yet. I don't know if it's out yet. But me has no monies. I need some monies. WoW is too addicting. I don't know about that. I'm more addicted to EverQuest than I am to WoW. Like, when I went back to WoW, let me tell you. Gamey, tell me your problems. Yeah. I hate my PC and my luck. I don't know, man. I don't know either, dude. When it rains, it pours, man. Don't know if you want a wall of text of chat or in Discord. Just send it to me in Discord. I'll have to read it later. Life hits you hard and fast. That's what they say. It's also whiny bullshit because I don't know what to do. Yeah. Yeah, just tell it to me in Discord, dude. I'll have to address it later, if you know what I'm saying. It's also 6:40. We got another half hour till Midori is here. Sorry that me sitting here and, I don't know, scratching my butthole as I'm waiting for the Ghoulbane to spawn. We're helping out Deeren back here. That's my college buddy. He's actually light blue to me now. Scoot around. But yeah, we were talking about futuristic MMOs. Like, we played Anarchy Online, which was fun. Anarchy Online was fun. I liked it. There's a lot to it, though. It's a little complicated. But I guess it's part of its charm. But, like, futuristic MMOs is really what I want to see. I want to see, like, a Shadowrun MMO. Oh, my God. You know, a futuristic MMO would be really neat if they could pull it off. You know, if they can make it interesting and fun and make it good, right? Because they try. They really try. You know, you got, like, a Star Wars, and it's pretty good. But, I mean, I want something different. New ideas, new story. You know, a separate IP. I don't know. Overwatch would have been a great MMO as it was Project Titan. But they decided to do something completely different with it and totally ruin the IP of, you know, all the cool stuff they could have did with the game. That now it's just a fucking 12-man, I don't know, PvP action. Phantasy Star Online, there you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? They made a Phantasy Star Online too, which I don't know if you can make accounts for it in America, but there is a Phantasy Star Online too, so I hear anyway. We were talking about doing it for Jolly Co-op, but we never got around to it. Ugh, Ghoulbane, I hate you. I actually need the Ghoulbane for my Epic, but I'm trying to get it for him. We've sat in this camp so far for 2 hours, not today, but for 2 hours one night, and nothing. We saw the Ghoul Lord maybe once. The Shin Lord, my bad. maybe once. So I figured I'd put some time into it here. My only worry, though, is that I'll have to go here soon, and then Darren is stuck here by himself. It annoys me that Sega backed out on NA. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. It annoys me that Sega backed out of the Dreamcast. ETA 30 minutes. We got chance for 2 more spawns then. Maybe 3. Because he's gonna spawn right about now. Right about now. There he is. This is a shit night though. Another fucking placeholder. What's worse is you have a chance on a placeholder. So you get a placeholder mob rather than the actual mob. And then you have a rare drop on the sword, which makes it even worse. Because he'll drop a crappy, motherfucker will drop a crappy bracer or something, and then you're just like, what the fuck? You're like, I waited 2 hours, I waited 13 minutes for this motherfucker to drop a bracer? Fuck that guy. I remember farming like that all too well. Yep. But when you got that Ghoulbane, you were like, I'm on top of the world because I'm one of those cool guys that have a Ghoulbane. Like me, I'm one of the cool guys that has a mithril two-handed sword. Not too many, well, I mean, these are not too hard to get, but I was fortunate enough to get it. Not many people hunt the friendly frogs though, mostly because of this floor here. But I've got Invis. I can do I do what I want. Farming the Lazittle shield shell in Velios. I remember that. I remember that shield. Do the little shimmy shimmy. Spin around in circles. Oh, there he is. Graknus the Destroyer in the Goblin Fort of Kunark. It's something you can do in this game, though, is you can get the... and that's the thing is, like, in WoW, you didn't have, like, placeholders. It's either the motherfucker was up or the motherfucker was not up. Should there be placeholders? I mean, to get the Everquest feel, you gotta have placeholders. So not only do you have a uncommon spawn, you have a rare item on that uncommon spawn. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. When Kunark comes out, though, we don't actually have to farm for a Ghoulbane anymore. Because you can just do a quest for it. Well, he doesn't have to farm for it. I still do. I would still have to farm for it, so... Sucks to be Crow. Sorry, buddy. We love you and all. But you gotta farm that shit. I just remember the big thing that I remember from EverQuest was doing my epic, and I remember just having to work so hard at trying to even get into Plane of Air to get some help from stuff. I'm hoping this time around it'll be easier because I plan on doing my epic. I plan on doing my epic, so. But I mean, that's something worth streaming, actually, is working on your epic in a progression server. Oops, sorry. But eventually, though, I mean, my big worry is like when Luckland comes out, I'm going to want to play a Beast Lord. I mean, Beast Lord is like my favorite class. But having my tank, having Krogoth is really nice, too. But luckily, we have somebody like Darren here who's also a tank that can fill that role without having to have me do it anymore, so... Zems the brakes. Zems the brakes. But Beast Lord, the only thing they really offer is they offer a slow, and they offer a group mana regen. So they do have some. They do have fulfill some role in a party Just how many Beast Lords will there be when, you know, Luckland comes out? It's going to be very difficult. It's just like, if I'm going to try and find a party, that's the problem about DPS, is finding parties, you know. You always found yourself soloing and being very lonely. Whereas a tank, not so much. Tanks, everybody loves you. I seem remembering having a Beast Lord tanks. I don't know how a Beast Lord would tank. I mean, if you slowed things, they didn't do as much damage or attacks, but it still seemed kind of difficult. Leather did not give you a whole lot. We got ourselves another 9 minutes. The final version of my cards. Yeah, I saw them, dude. They look really nice. I have business cards. I already have business cards. I mean, I have a full-time job, so my business cards are kind of boring, though. I'd like to get them redone. Maybe if I get a new title, I'll get a new business card. I tanked as a shaman in WoW for a bit, just as a joke. I did too, actually. In BC, I would actually tank on a shaman. I had a two-hander and I had dual wielding, and then if I ever pulled aggro, I'd immediately switch to a sword and board. It was so silly, dude. I would tank as a shaman, as enhancement shaman. It was so funny. Met defensive rating caps with all my mail gear. Now that's impressive. That's impressive. You got your rock biter out, and you're trying to do your rock biter to keep threat because they gave us rock biter because it would have been nice, and that's the direction they really should have took enhancement shamans. Was enhancement shamans should have been mail-wearing tanks. I honestly think that they should still be mail-wearing tanks because you have 2 leather-wielding tanks. Warlock should have been a cloth-wielding tank. And you had a bunch of plate where you had the Dark Knight, you had the Paladin, and you had the Warrior, who are all plate-wearing tanks. But if you had many different types of tanks wearing different types of armor, that would have been great, right? That would have been really fun. You would have had a lot of diversity in the classes, you know? Imagine having those DPS classes like the Hunter having a tank spec, or the Warlock having a tank spec, or even the Mage having a tank spec, to where there was something other than 3 DPS specs. Because what the fuck is the point of 3 different DPS specs? I ask you. Why have 3 different DPS specs? You're going to pick the meta of the 3 DPS specs. What is the best DPS spec for a mage? Well, in this expansion, it's Frost. Okay, I'm going to play a Frost mage. Because if you play a Fire mage, people find out you're Fire. They'll say, why the fuck are you a Fire mage? Frost is where all the damage is at. There's no point of having 3 specs. There's no point of having 3 damage specs. There is none. There is no point. It makes no sense. If you're going to have a class and 3 specs, it makes no sense. Iggy's asking me to be in a tank for a B&B group. I could say no and beat them on their DPS meters come raid time. See, that's the way I thought, Gordon. That's exactly how I was thinking. I was the motherfucker that was just like, oh, well, Frost is the best DPS spec. You know what? I'm playing Fire because that's the way I like to play. And that's how I am with MMOs. That's how I am in MMOs. And I'm not like the type of person that's just like, okay, I'm going to play a Fire Mage and I'm going to be a tank. No. No, that's not how it works. Wolfie, that's not how it works. And you had a PvP mage versus a PvE mage, yes. So some mage specs did Fire because it was the PvP spec, and some did Ice because it was the PvE spec, whatever. I mean, that's fine, I guess. And they had it now to where you can just turn on and off specs and make it really easy and blah, 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 blah. But for me, though, in the reality, in the grand scheme of things is like, though, you have 3 DPS specs. Okay, so in WoW's case, in WoW's case, you had 3 DPS specs. So you had the PvP spec, the PvE spec, and the fuck all spec that nobody picked because the other one was the PvP or the PvE spec. So then every expansion, it would switch. Okay, well, we're gonna tweak Arcane now. Okay, Arcane's tweaked. Now that's the PvE spec. Frost is the PvP spec. Fire's the fuck all spec. So it's like there's no point. And really, it should be up to the decision of the player of just the style of how they play. And like really, the specs should really change their gameplay rather than just being a damage meter. You know? Because you're doing something wrong. And this is WoW we're talking about, which is a 2004 game that I don't give a shit about anymore because it's been out for so long now, I don't even play it anymore. But these are the things that game designers really need to think about. Like Hunters. There's a good example. Hunters, survival has a completely completely different gameplay versus Beastmaster, which has a completely different gameplay, versus Marksman, which has a completely different gameplay. That's a good idea. With Warlocks, it was very similar. Demonology and Destruction had different gameplays, and then that other one, I can't remember what it's called right now, where basically you dot the shit out of everything, had its own type of gameplay. So it was a little bit different. So Warlocks was a little bit different, and it was all about just your preference of gameplay. And it's really what it should be about, is just like they should be really close in damage, and then the players who play really good at that class should really get rewarded more. But like in some instances of raiding, it's like spec changes could be completely solely upon AE damage or single target damage, right? So like if you're fighting a big nasty boss mob that has a bunch of ads, well, I want to play the AE spec line rather than the single target spec line. You know, these are things that you think about, you know. And for me personally, it's almost as if I have to play a class and keep changing my spec every 5 minutes because the fight is changing, no. Just put it all in one class. Oh, 15-minute ETA. All right. We're going to do 2 more spawns. This next spawn, and then we're going to do the next spawn after that, and then we're going to end stream. So I still don't know where we're going. Are we going to the Chinese buffet place, Wolfie, or where are we going? I don't remember if we actually said 100% where we're going, so. So I am getting hungry now. I'm playing with a fidget spinner, by the way. This is the first time I've ever held a fidget spinner. You can tell that I'm not a young lad. Okay, that answers that question. We're gonna have a spawn here in 1 minute. Oh man, we have bashed WoW a lot today. You guys are taking me to the Chinese place. All right, just making sure. When WoW first came out, though, in vanilla, it took a lot of ideas from like EverQuest and Final Fantasy and all that to where, you know, there used to be skill points, and you used to have to earn skill points to spend skill points, which was weird. And you used to have to skill up weapons, just like you have to do in EverQuest. You'd have to. I don't think you had to skill up spells, though. Spells didn't have chains, so. Where am I from? I'm from Ohio. I live in Ohio right now. I've lived in Ohio all my life, dude. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. That's my origination. So I was born and raised there, and then I moved to Youngstown back in '98. So I wish Ghoulie Gamer and you would meet up again. We eventually will. We have to make time for it. Is really what happens. I mean, he was having problems with his cat, and then his cat passed away. You know, and I wanted to see him. You know, when his cat passed, but I just don't have the time to right now. Probably in September. I usually go down in my birthday to go visit him. So, but yeah, we'll eventually be together again. We'll probably play some co-op games, and we'll have some fun and play with chat and all that other stuff. So, it's a fun time when I go and see Ghoulie. But I probably won't stay for a whole week. It's a long time to stay for a whole week. I might just spend maybe just like 4 days with him or something. But I've known Ghoulie all my life pretty much, so. Yeah, Ghoulie's kitty passed away. Yep, the fucking shaman this time. Yeah, his little kitty cat passed away. I should go too. You live in Ohio? Feel sorry if you do. He is a pimp. Yeah, Ghoulie good people, man. Ghoulie is good people. His cat, though. His cat was a big pain in the ass. That's for sure. But like after like I would say back in 2014. Oh, you live in Montana, okay. But like back in 2014, I started to warm up to his cat. Mostly because his cat started to tolerate me. His cat was feral, just so you know. It was a feral cat, so it only really respected him. And even then, he had to treat it a specific way. But he really, it wasn't like the cuddly kind of cat. It was the kind of cat you didn't normally touch. It was a no-touching cat. And what was weird was when I... Hey, what's up, Lawful? How you doing, man? It's good to see you, dude. Thunder Buddies for life, man. Thunder Buddies for life. But the cat was feral, so like the cat has attacked me several times. Back when he had his claws, he attacked me a few times, yeah. I would try to pet the cat, and sometimes he would let me do it, and sometimes he wouldn't. You can only pet him on the head. That was only the best place to pet him, so. He was a very particular cat, but Ghoulie loved him. My question is Ghoulie going to get another cat? I honestly don't know if he's going to or not. He might. But I don't know if he'll get another cat like that one, though. He'd have to go and find a feral cat. He'll like go out in the streets. You know, he'll do some in real life streaming where he's got the camera with him. You know, he'll be like hunting down a feral cat to take home with him. Crazy. If a cat attacks me, then it's a dead cat. But yeah, the cat was not a friendly cat for the most part. But once the cat started to get older, he started to tolerate people a little bit more. But like back in 2017, he started to show signs of health issues. I mean, he started to show signs of like he had diabetes and stuff, and he was starting to run down. And like cats can normally live up to like 18 to 20 years. But like if they start showing signs of, you know, sickness and stuff, they're not going to make it. And I really kind of felt sorry for him, so I'm waiting on one more spawn, Midori. I know it's 9 minutes, but this next spawn is going to be in another 10 minutes, so. But rest assured, I will be there and I will see you. It only takes me about 15 minutes to drive out to where you're going to be at anyway, so it's not a big deal. Speaking of cats, time for Chinese. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying, and it's delicious. Wolfie, you gonna be on time? Wolfie, I think, is still on campus, so he's like right across the street from it. Me, I went home, so. Luckily, though, I don't feel tired anymore. I feel kind of energized now. I'm energized sitting here camping a damn spawn. Because I'm lazy. That's the nice thing about playing casters, though, in this game, is you get to sit down a lot and do nothing. You get to pretend that you're a part of a group. I will be there before Dingus Rein. Oh, buddy.
Stop being such a dingus.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. I'm off as well. See you later, Gaming. Thanks for stopping by, dude. And thanks for the sub, man. You are my Thunder Buddy for life, dude. So much MMO talk. I really used to love MMOs too. Like every time somebody announced a new MMO, I was always interested in playing it. And me and my brother and a couple of other friends would go in and we would play the game and we would learn how to play it and, you know, figure out how to get ahead in the game. But like over time, like after WoW, like everybody started to follow that recipe of WoW to where people were just trying to sell to what makes money rather than no longer making a challenging experience, you know. And the community is gone. There's no more community. There's just a bunch of people playing a solo player MMO experience. MMO, let's talk DDO. Okay. Now, Lawful, don't get me wrong. I like DDO. And to play DDO, to get the real experience of it, though, you have to sub. Because there are some really good quest chains in there that get you really good items and really cool stuff early on in the game at like level 4. But if you don't pay for DDO, like it's a very limited it's a very limited experience, and that's what we were trying to pull off for Jolly Co-op, and it was hard to do, you know. It was hard to do. And even when we started doing the higher level tier of dungeons and stuff and everybody just getting instantly vaped in one shot, it no longer became fun to me at that point. It became like one-shot kill kind of things. It sucks DDO was never really big. The game was hella fun. That's right, Malakry, that's true. Back in 2007 when they were first producing it, it looked completely different. It was basically Ashran Calls 2 because it's made by Turbine. It looked exactly like Ashran's Call 2, where you would move and you would slide. It was kind of weird. But DDO, I mean, DDO now in the incarnation that it's in, to me, I found was a really fun game. I didn't realize, though, that there was only 87 quests offered to free players. There's ways to get more quests so you can earn DDO points for, which I like that, where you can earn the currency, the microtransaction currency, by playing the game and doing quests and stuff to eventually buy the new quests. But if you wanted to buy everything, you have to play on all the servers and do the same grind up to like a specific level, doing all the faction grinding, and I wouldn't want to do that. At that point, you're just handing money to people. DDO just doesn't appeal to me. I played it when they started doing Jolly Co-op, but it just isn't my style of MMO. To each their own, man. To me, I like DDO just because you can customize your class how you want to play it. But they still fall into those tropes to where they fall into the tropes of where you have to deal with min-maxing. I mean, it's a game of min-maxing. I mean, when I first played the game, I loved it because I played a cleric who dual-wield. I was a dwarf cleric who dual-wield, and I just had so much fun playing it, even though that was not the ideal sort to play the character, so. But yeah, you're right, Lawful. It's not noob-friendly anymore. It's very difficult. It's a very hard game. It's a very hard game, in my opinion. Games should be sort of hard when you're new. Too many gamers cater to new players too much, in my opinion. Yes. Like even EverQuest, when I think it's there's a specific expansion that has like a newbie zone, like teaches you how to play, and you can go up to level 10 there, which I thought was a good idea. And it's a lot of fun to play. You can't play it right now, though, in the progression server, though. But it's kind of fun to play. But it really does tailor to the new players. And there's certain things in there that it talks about quests. And it talks about, you know, interacting with items and stuff that you don't actually do in EverQuest, only in the training. So it's kind of funny. I think DDO would have did better if they streamlined the character creation. I remember being hella confused the first time I made a tune. Well, it's based off of Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition. So, well, 3.5. So they were trying to map the experience to that of people who played D&D, which, I mean, nowadays is not so niche anymore because everybody's, I mean, into the Dungeons and Dragons shit now. I'm more of a hipster about it at this point. But yeah, I mean, it would have been better, Malakri, if they had like sort of direction for you as you were making a character. So, but yeah, it was tailored to Dungeons and Dragons players and not so much. It was tailored to Dungeons and Dragons players and not so much the actual gaming community. There was a lot of people that haven't played Dungeons and Dragons, so there is that opportunity there that they totally missed of. You know, hey, if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons before, you know, here's how you actually make a character. But that just wasn't the case. And a lot of people don't like reading anyway, so. They should do an MMOD. What the hell's that? Boo on the poor saps that haven't played D&D. What's up, Drell? How you doing, buddy? What's going on, man? It's good to see your face. Yes, I feel sorry for the people that have not played Dungeons and Dragons. I feel sorry for them because Dungeons and Dragons is a great experience. It is a very good experience. So, yeah, I saw you lurking, Drell. I don't normally call out my lurkers, so I usually like to let them lurk if they want to lurk. So. I've never played D&D, but I learned shit fast. I've played D&D since Redbox when I was 6. I didn't know what I was doing, but my brother's friends knew what they were doing, and they were all like 5 years older than me. So we would do a lot of dungeon delves and stuff like that, and we had various characters, and it's all fun stuff. So it's Din time. All right, we're doing this last spawn, guys. We got about 2 minutes on this spawn, and then we're going to cut stream. I'm going to go ahead and raid Hansis afterwards. Who's going to be streaming. I don't know what the fuck she's streaming. She's doing The Sims, but she's very entertaining, so. What's your favorite D&D style video game? Mine's Neverwinter Nights. Should we tell him, guys? Who wants to answer that question for Malakri? I love Boat. Hold on a second. I'm pulling up the video. Boat, that's your answer. Malakri, this is for you. That is my favorite Dungeons and Dragons experience video game. And you'll see why shortly. You'll see why shortly. Once you look at the title. For those of you that do, I will eventually answer the question. I'm just kind of building the tension here. But, yeah, as far as what Dungeons, I mean, I do like the Baldur's Gate. I do like the Neverwinter Nights. I do like the isometrics. Those are really good games. Those are really good games. They're really fun games to play. But if somebody were to say, what is your favorite? It has to be the YouTube link that I just sent. Mostly because I've spent over 160 hours playing it. And it's only like a 40-minute game. If that. So. If that.
Stop being such a dingus.
All right, Wolfie, I'll see you in about 15 minutes, dude. And Midori, I'll see you in about 15 minutes. And another fucking Shen night. God damn it. So we spent an hour here doing this shit, and we didn't even get any of the shit we wanted. 15, not 50.
Super dingus.
50. So the end of the tension. Tower of Doom is my favorite. Tower of Doom is my favorite Dungeons and Dragons game, mostly because I speedrun it. It'd have to be, right? Games that you speedrun have to be something that you thoroughly enjoy, so. Filthy. 50. Filthy? Holy shit, dude. Go. I'll see you there, dude. I'm out, Butter Scout. How often do you stream EQ? Squid, I've been streaming EQ now for the past month. I've been doing the progression server. My goal has been to hit 50. And I'm actually a part of a guild that actually does rating too. So I might actually do some end up rating. So, but I stream it every Tuesday and Thursday for right now. And we do a Jolly Co-op every Sunday of Everquest on the Coirnav server. So, I answered field questions for those of you that are interested in joining in the Coirnav server, all that stuff. So I'm not quite a. Are you 50? You said your goal is to hit 50. I'm not 50 yet. I'm 43. 43. Not quite 50, but I got my Dark Forge armor already. I already farmed it, and I've got a. I'm going to go ahead and log here. But Squid, thank you for the follow, my friend. Thanks for coming to join us here for a little EverQuest action. I hope you decide if you're a big EverQuest fan, if you wanted to come play on the Coirnav server, or if you have questions about it. I'll be able to field questions on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll be able to talk about it some more. So I'm logging out here. You can start eating without me? Yes, you can start eating without me. But Squid, thanks for the follow, man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. It was good seeing you. We're going to go ahead and raid Hansa. She's playing, I think she's playing Sims. But she's a really sweet girl. She's really nice. She's really funny. I will see you guys again. Sorry for the short stream, guys. But we've got Midori in town now, and I need to see her. I need to see her. But we'll be back at this again for EverQuest. We'll be doing some more leveling. Come 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. And then we got Jolly Co-op on Sunday. So, my friends, I will see you then. Take care. Have fun. Good luck.